Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a game between Shuttle and Hero here on Fighting Spirit. Got this replay off of teamliquid.net. I was looking for some Shuttle games, glad that I found them. It's going to be a PvZ yellow versus purple here on Fighting Spirit. In the bottom right we have the yellow Protoss player. His name is going to be Shuttle, playing under Babo right now. I believe I saw something about this on his Team Liquid page. Alternate IDs. Eyewater. Boradori. Yeah, he has a million nicknames. Anyway, in the top left, it's going to be the purple Zerg player showing up as acoustic, but this is Hero, the Zerg player, who we've seen quite a bit on the channel. So I'm sure you know quite a bit about Hero. And then we have Shuttle in the bottom right. Now, Shuttle, first time on the channel. So let's take a look at a bit of his career. So he started playing StarCraft because he wanted to beat his seatmate. Eventually he improved enough to become the best in his city he grew up in, won about $300 in a middle school tournament. And this led to his father accepting a career path as a pro gamer. That's so cool. Showed up on Shinhan Bank Pro League 2007. His teammate Cal, who had more success, was very, very good. That said, Shuttle is one of the more popular streamers these days. He's on Africa TV. He gets a lot of donations there. His nickname there is Star Dragon because he gets so much money from people when he streams on Africa. So congratulations to Shuttle. He has transitioned from a pro gamer to streamer. Looks like he's retired. He did retire officially. Let's see, where does it say this here? Did he retire for... Yep, in 2012 to fulfill his mandatory military service and plays in the amateur leagues. So Shuttle, really fun player. Great guy. Has a great personality here too. Yeah, he does play for white. So let's see how he does. Let's see how he does in a ZVP against a player who's probably about his level. Hero, you know, second tier, not the best players in all of Brood War history, but still very, very good in their own right. You don't want to play against them on the ladder as they will wreck you. So a bit of a drone probe harassment scheme going on right now. Probes really do like this harass. Protoss in the Brood War world really enjoy doing this. Coming on in, trying to kill drones, scouting stuff out. They really feel like they don't need that extra one just because, you know, Zerg are giving up drones to make buildings. So the worker count is going to stay fairly even if one of your probes is not mining, it doesn't matter because our friend Zerg Hero over here already killed 2 of his own drones to make 2 buildings. So we're even. Even Steven. Oh, that minimap really gets in the way up here, doesn't it? Kind of does. We'll try to remember to bring it back from time to time as we need it. Overlord scouting on in. No drone scout at all from Hero. Cannon is going to be here to protect this Nexus in case a bunch of Lings come out. 6 Lings pop out here. And they can force a cancel on the Nexus pretty darn easily. So you go for the cannon opening. So if the Lings run by, if you can't wall it off before they get here, they will take a couple shots. They'll be weakened. The probes can handle them more easily. Or they'll straight up die. And there will only be 2 to 4 Lings instead of the 6 to 8 that were originally brought over here. So the Forge Fast Expand is definitely one that is all about. It's basically very, very popular here in the StarCraft Brood War. An expansion on the way. So that's going to be a quick third base, a 3-minute third out of Hero here, which I am a pretty big fan of, to be honest. I really love these macro openings for Zerg. Really shows what they can do. I guess that's because my style when I played Brood War back in the day when I was younger, it was more just trying to expand about 18 times, expand 6, 7, 8 times, and then go for mutas with all the income that afforded me. And it did pretty well, man. It was a pretty good strategy against the scrubs that I played against at my school. But then I got to college, found someone who was a lot better than I was, and he actually scouted, by golly. He checked for those bases, he killed them, did not allow me to get those bases, and my strategy was all thrown to pot. Anyway, I've been a macro player at heart ever since then. Zerg has been my race, and just watching somebody who gets a quick third makes me very pleased indeed. All right, so Overlord scouts on in here, sees exactly what's going on, sees a pretty good saturation on this mineral patch. About 7 probes setting up right there. And the main is just full here. I don't think we're going to see many more probes trying to saturate that one. Cyber Core on the way for Shuttle and a lair from Hero. So both these players just sort of hanging out. This is definitely a macro style game here. I don't see any sign that we're going to see a crazy Zealot attack like Bisu might do. Shuttle, on the other hand, is opening a Stargate. Getting additional pylons, so he doesn't have an Artosis pylon here inside the main base, and just feeling pretty safe about things. Again, that's not a full wall, but this cannon will hit Lings as they run through here on their way to glory. Working on +1 attack. What is it attacking here? Ah, Zealot. Chasing Slowling. Get out of there, Slowling. You don't want to be attacked by a Zealot. And he is. He's very smartly getting out. Much more Lings running around, trying to take a southern path to avoid getting scouted on the way in. There's nothing that would scout them, but just in case. Just in case, we're going to be very careful scouting across the map here, running past some trees. Just going to put a bit of a contain. These Lings cannot get through this wall. Absolutely not, especially not with a Zealot there to help. And especially not with a probe holding the line now. So the Lings are here. They've got their speed. A Spire's on the way from Hero 2. 3 base, man. 3 base Muta, pretty good. Or, you know, just Scourge to deal with the Corsairs. That Shuttle is working on right now. Citadel of Adun warping in at this very moment, too. There it is. Going to go for those Zealot leg enhancements. Make some zippy, which speed is everything. In StarCraft, it is. You'll notice most of the stuff that hits hard is not very fast, and that's by design. The stuff that doesn't hit very hard and is very squishy is very fast. Zealots, with their speed upgrade and the tankiness that they possess, make them one of the better units in the game. You'll see them in the late game in pretty much all matchups in the Brood War. Macro hatch on the way here from Hero. There are no Overlords to kill at this third base. So the Corsair is going to be disappointed. There's an Overlord that just popped at the main. He might be able to get some shots off on before it heads down to the natural. Is there any anti-air whatsoever at this point? No, Hero doesn't. He doesn't need anti-air. Why would he do that? He's making Scourge. Scourge are on the way. Scourge will get here soon enough. Oh, that Corsair could have killed this Overlord. Actually, probably knows. Probably knows there are Scourge on the way because flew over the Spire. Obviously, there's that another macro hatch. I love it. I love that he's got 3. No, it's a Hydralisk Den. 3 macro hatches, though. That is a den. Or a hatch. And an evolution chamber. I was going to be very, very shocked if that was another macro hatch, but it's not. It is not. So Hero is doing the macro of openings because of all the macro hatches. Makes a lot of sense if you think about it. So gateways, working on a cannon to defend it. These Scourge are out for blood, man. They want to try to find these Corsairs, take them down. Nice. They got one. They got one just as it popped. That was bad timing, actually, for that Corsair to pop out. The cannon wasn't done yet, and the Scourge were still nearby. Scourge scouting these Zealots, saying, all right, are they committing here? Do I actually need to make some Zerglings to defend? Yes, also 3 Hydras are in production, too. So heading up to the north, there's a sunken colony, and inside these eggs, we see some Hydras. Yeah, so it's not going to be I'm going to say, not a perfect defense here from Hero, but it's going to be pretty darn ready. Thanks to these Scourge scouting, the Zealots are on the way. Yeah, Sunken Ling is a bad combination. Bad combination for you guys, especially with Hydras sitting back there. There they are. There are the Hydras. Need to get to the back lines, though, you guys. Ooh! Ow, one goes down a little bit too quickly there. Zealots decide to be a little bit more aggressive as the Sunken continues to pound them from behind here. The Hydra at the back, the Lings at the front. Nope. The other Hydra goes down. This is working a lot better for Shuttle than I expected it to. I thought he'd be more prepared, but more Scourge keep popping out of those eggs. More Zealots are here. Remember when I said it probably wouldn't be a Zealot attack? Out of Shuttle, by golly, it is. It 100% is. Do they have the +1s? They do have the +1, and they're going after the Spire, after they kill this Hydra. Hydra, Micro! Micro so hard. Also, drones are the target of the anger of these Zealots. Rawr. Finally, about 10 Hydras show up, and that's going to be it from them. They might take a couple more Hydras with them, a couple more drones, but in the end, the aggression is cleaned out, but that was pretty good. That was pretty great out of those Zealots. A bunch of Zealots died, but the drone count is not as healthy as it was on these 2 bases. A couple Hydras died. Keeping that Hydra count low is really important. I actually saw a post on the Brood War subreddit the other day about how Hydras have been OP for years, like basically since 1998 when the game came out, which that's funny. It's funny. They're good, but man, do you see those Zealots handle them pretty well? I feel like they did. Corsair fleet is a little bit scary. There are 6 Corsairs out. Much better. Ooh. Much better at killing Scourge when there are 6 of them. Much better at killing Overlords when there are 6 of them. But the Hydras are a problem. So we're going to do this dance where the Hydras try to kill the Corsairs and the Scourge try to kill the Corsairs and the Corsairs try to kill the Scourge and the Zealots try to kill the Hydras. It's kind of like a paper, rock, scissors type scenario. Unless both players decide they don't want to engage and instead just pull back to the safety of their own bases. 70 to 90 supply. Shuttle is up. Now, here's the thing. I've been told 2 different things about Brood War in the comments of my own casts. One, if Zerg is down about 20 in supply, they're actually doing just fine. They're even as far as the game state's concerned. And the other one saying that's hogwash. If the Zerg are down 20 supply, they're losing. So tell me what the truth is, guys. Because I am absolutely confused about this. And both of these claims have come off as sounding incredibly confident in what the truth is here. Corsair getting some passing shots off on that Overlord. Scourge chasing them. How many? Oh, 2 of them went down. Really? Yeah, man. Scourge control pretty good here. Out of the Hero. Not the Hero. He's just Hero. He's not the Hero. Hydra doing a bit of a push here, but out in the open here like this, it's actually kind of bad. The Zealots are fast. It's hard to kite with Hydras because they're not that much faster than Zealots are at this stage of the game if the Zealots have their leg enhancements. So kiting is a little bit difficult. Most players aren't even going to try it. Oh, Muta's actually going for Muta. Hero's going for 8 Mutalisks. Now that he's kept the Corsair level low, he's down to 4 instead of 6, which is a good number for him. Dragoon's on the way. So Dragoons are good for anti-air. I'm surprised we're not seeing more Corsair here. I think this is a surprise tech switch to Mutalisk. 4th base coming in, 2, and trying to clear out a position for a 3rd is Shuttle. Meanwhile, a bit of some more aggression here with these Zealots versus the Hydralisks. They do have +1 missile attack, which is great. And more Hydras show up. Okay, so again, you could be pretty good against Hydras if you're Zealots, but if you're outnumbered, like 3 to 1, it's not a good position to be in. Oh, the Templar are here. Is the Storm here is my question. I was watching the production tab, but I did not see Storm come through quite yet. So I'm not convinced that it's here. Hydras. Ah, Storm's done. All right, Storm is done. Whew. Shuttle's happy about that. Probe here hiding at the 3rd base location. Hero is in a very dominant position right now. He really is. He's got map control with these Hydralisks. The Dragoons are playing defense. Shuttle's trying to establish a 3rd base. He's not been able to this point. He can move out with this is a lot of Dragoon actually. +2 attack on those guys too. He can move out. He is working on Observatory because he's worried about lurker aspect. I don't think it's been researched yet. I don't see any lurkers on the map, and I have not seen that come up in the production tab. So if it does, we'll try to keep an eye on it. Try to make sure we know what's going on here. So clearing out this 3rd base location. Trying to hold it with some Dragoons and some High Templar. Seems to be enough. Scourge Muta. What on earth? Muta's... Yeah, I don't know about this. This is a lot of Dragoons. That's a lot of Storm you're flying through. Wow. All that's left are 4 very injured Mutalisks. Hero kind of trying to scout, I guess. Did not go well for him. Absolutely did not. He might have picked off some High Templar. Actually, that might have been what he was doing. Oh, did he get those High Templar? I think he did. Holy smokes, what a play in that case. I was focused so much on the Dragoons and the Storm hitting, I did not realize there are not any more High Templar remaining on the map. Oh boy. Alright, Hydralisks versus Dragoon and Zealot. Got some detection here in case there are Dark Templar. This is looking like a very, very strong push for our Berserk player. The Mutas come in just to kind of absorb shots and tank some damage. Oh man, the Hydras, they're not even specifically really coming up all that well. There we go. There's a Storm, finally! Shuttle was waiting for that to come on in here. The Dragoons have a really nice concave. The Hydras can't get in here to where they're all attacking, which did not go very well for Hero. +1 attack on those guys continuing, and Shuttle survives. He lives through that without any Storm. Okay, 1 Storm. With a single Storm, he manages to keep his 3rd base warping in here too. I would have loved to see Hero send a bit of a Ling attack into this 3rd base and try to kill it. And hope that Shuttle wasn't paying attention. I think that's what would be my hope. Anyway, 11 more Mutas in production for a Zerg player. 4th base done happily running. 3rd base still has not warped in here for Shuttle. So he's continuing with this Muta thing. Other than the Mutas picking off the High Templar, which was amazing. I'm not going to sleep on that. That was a beautiful play from him. That I kind of feel bad that I missed. I mean, I was there. I was watching it, but I couldn't tell what he was doing. He just kept flying in circles. Anyway, they're gone now. Good job. Good job, Mutalisks. Flying on into this 3rd base, trying to see if they can shut it down, but that's a lot of Dragoon. Especially with +2 attack Dragoons. +1 Flyer Carapace is done for the Mutas, so they're a little bit harder to kill. 3 more Mutas in here. Can they... Oh, free probe. It's not bad. And you know what? They can sit back here in this mineral line and get some stuff done. That cannon is not in a position to defend these probes. Oh, no. Full evacuation. Run! Full evacuation of probes. Oh, High Templar popping out. Those are such juicy targets. Look at them go. Look at them beelining. Well, they thought about it. Oh, but the train. The probe train. Oh, High Templar saved them. Saved him by turning them into an Archon, but then it gets stormed, and it gets the Archon before it can finish morphing. Good play. Great play by Hero there. So Muta's splitting off. 134 to 125 supply. Hero has taken a lead in supply. I guess the one thing nobody said was, If Zerg are up in supply, they're in trouble. So I guess that means that Hero's doing just fine in the game state. It's time to move for Shuttle. Shuttle is not pleased at playing defense for this long. He's out onto the map. There's Overlords here. He's going to kill them. Does end up supply blocking Hero very nicely here, too. Is that +3 on the way? Yes, +3 attack is on the way for these ground units at the forge. So very, very, very useful. And more Overlords just kind of hanging out here for Hero, strangely enough. I'm not sure. I mean, he's using them to scout. He's using them for map awareness, but he's also losing them to Dragoons, which is not ideal. Yeah. Man, those die fast. Archons morphing in for Shuttle, and this is a really big, really scary army. +2 missile attack on the Hydras, +1 Flyer Carapace. No upgrades for the Zerglings yet. Ah, Mutas get in. All right, Mutas flying around. I thought these were Overlords scouting for a second, so I apologize for missing this, but basically, the Muta's doing pretty good. Oh, what a storm! What a storm! Catches most of those Mutalisks. No more harassment really possible here with a single one here. Retreating from this location, Shuttle does not like what he sees. Small, okay, trying to do a bit of a surround, but you need more units for your surround. You can't send 3 units from the right side and 4 units from the top side and call it a surround. They will die too fast. Overlords flying in. Are they absorbing shots? The prioritization targets here are kind of interesting. The storms are amazing, though. Storms are really, really good. That is a lot of dead Hydralisk corpses. So many Hydras coming in from the top, though. The storms are continuing to just chew these guys alive, though. Overlords flying overhead. This High Templar says, well, my work is done. I've got 5 kills and 4 hit points, and I survive. Wow. Heroes micro there. Not what you want to see if you're a Zerg player. I can tell you that much. Not something on your list of things to see is that level of Hydralisk micro. But guess who has another 20 Hydralisks? Cruising on down. This poor Archon just got born. Get out of there. Get out of there, Archon. Don't get caught. Don't get caught by these Hydras, but you're so slow. Yeah, they want to pick it off so bad. Yeah, but the storm again off from the high ground to the low ground. Chasing them away. Wow, Shuttle keeps winning fights I don't think he should win. But that's why he's great. And that's why he's on the list of the greats. That's why he has a page on Liquipedia. Kadiran Amulet here, +50 Templar energy available. Also increases their starting energy by just a little bit, which is nice. If you want to go for that storm right as soon as you pop out, you don't have to wait as long. More and more Hydralisks, more Lings. Lurker Aspect, yes. Now working on the Lurker Aspect a little bit late at 17 minutes, I would say, for Hero here. But better late than never. I mean, Shuttle's been prepared for this for a while. He's got observers out on the map. He has an observatory to make more if he needs. 4th base warping in along the right side for a Shuttle. This Mutaflot keeps getting rebuilt, and I'm not sure they're really paying for themselves all that much. Yes, okay, that harassment at the main base was good. I just need to take that back. The Mutas are fine. Yeah, look at him picking off Templars. Absorbing, like, forcing out storms? Right? So the storms can't be used in the future battles. They storm here, the Mutas dodge them easily, and then just kind of move on with their lives. So baiting storms and killing High Templar is pretty good. Pretty good strategy there. How are the upgrades looking? Still that +2 missile attack. No other upgrades on the way from Hero Overlords. The vision. The vision for Hero is absolutely fantastic. He's got this thing on a lockdown. That's a lot of Lurker. That is 12 Lurkers on the way. All right. Whew. It's going to be a hard hold here for Shuttle versus 12 Lurkers and effectively all the Hydralisks available in the game of StarCraft. That's what this is. More Overlords, more Overlord hunting. Is Hydra on hold position? What are you doing down here, Hydra? I don't know. Dead now. Dead now. Lings. Forcing a cancel on the 4th base for Shuttle. Forcing the army to respond to this. Yeah, no 4th base for you. Army kind of got sucked down here. I don't know why he didn't think Hero would send anything over here to try to kill this, but maybe he assumed Hero didn't know about it. I don't know if you can assume that your opponent is not paying attention, but sure, why not? That storm took out about 10 Zerglings. That's pretty good stuff. Muta's getting baited into the Archons. Muta's get out of there, flooding down to the left side here, trying to set up in a better position. Is Hero. Is he trying to put an assault on this 3rd base, but flanking from the right side? Here is our Protoss army. We have our zoom outs. This line of Lurkers is actually kind of incredible. Yeah, I don't know if you want to come into this. No, Shuttle is not interested in actually attacking into that, so he pulls back very smartly. Lurker line extends probably farther than it needs to, but I don't think he had time to wait for it to get down here. So we could burrow all of them over this location. Basically, it did what it was supposed to do. It forced Shuttle back. Shuttle doesn't want to engage into Lurkers and Hydras any more than most of you players do, most of you Protoss players do. Oh, this is such an army out of a hero. Oh boy, coming from all sides, from the top side, Storm, Lurkers burrowing in here, a lot of dead Zerg, a lot of blue blood here at the same time. Is it going to be enough with the Storm? It looks like it might be. All that's left are a handful of Lurkers and a couple Zerglings and Hydras that are rolling in here. They're picking off a couple of those Templar. Those are not cheap, man. Those are not cheap units. Replacing them is not good for your economy. But he survived. But guess who has another giant, incredible army? This guy, Hero, does. More Storms on the Zerglings more than anything else. The Zerglings rolling in, trying to pick off these Dragoons and the Templar. They're their better targets. Zealots, not as much. Templar, though, oh, a Storm on this guy. He gets several kills before he dies. High ground advantage to the Dragoons at the 4th base location. He does manage to save that. There's not enough of an army for Hero to push up that ramp. So he decides not to. Lurkers burrowing in. More reinforcements coming in. He doesn't want to give up the ground that he has gained so far. Adrenal glands in production for Hero. Dark Templar coming in now for Shuttle. Still any upgrades for the Hydras? Nah, they're done with +2. Turns out. Defiler Mound, though. That'd be real nice to have some actual Dark Swarm. It'd be great. Hero has not expanded in a while. He's been on 4 bases for the last 10 minutes, it feels like, if not longer. A 5th base would be pretty nice. It looks like he's kind of scouting this bottom left-hand corner if he wants to. 24 damage per shot with that +2 is pretty nice. Oh, that poor probe. Ugh. You're just sacrificing probes because you don't know if the Lurkers are there? There's an Observer. There you go. Observer now scouting to see. There are several Lurkers here. Where do I storm them? 2 for 1. A 2 for 1 there, and then another one goes down. Yeah, basically, if they're injured to a certain point, a single storm will kill them. Right? But it won't one-shot them if they're 100% health. DT sneaking on over here, but there's an Overlord and a handful of Hydras and Lings. Yeah, it's not going to happen for you, Dark Templar. So much detection from Zerg, you guys. Zerg has all of the detection. Every one of these Overlords is a detector. Consume being researched. Finally, Ground Carapace being researched by Hero. I guess he already has +1, so that's +2. +2 is not bad. Been very confidently breaking through this Lurker line for quite a while is Shuttle. Taking him time, but he has all the time. He's being very patient with it. Got the probe transfer up to that 4th, which is really what he needed. Oh my gosh, the Storms, though. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. All right. We are still fighting here, you guys. It's 135 to 116 supply. Both players are within about 15 supply right now. So I don't think anybody has a major advantage. Still, the fact that Hero has not expanded yet feels like a problem. So many Lurkers have died. Where are these Scourge trying to go? Well, they died without really targeting anything, so it seems real bad. All right, Ling's heading up to the north. Pulling back to a more southerly defense position now is Shuttle. Another Archon. There it is. Warping in, morphing in, summoning in. That's the word I always forget in the Brood War. And we've got Defilers now. So Defilers should change the course of this game quite nicely for Hero. Dark Swarm, really good against Dragoons. Their single target attack does basically nothing. Well, literally does nothing. Archon Splash better. Storm, very good here too. Just there's the Dark Swarm. All right, so the Archon Splash, pretty good. The Storm, also very, very good here. Finally, another Storm taking out that Lurker. So I don't know if this is a great position for a Dark Swarm. I think you kind of have to siege forward at this point to set one up. You take it. You set another one up. You take that location. You take that ground. You move on. This is a very sneaky attack to the south here. There's the Dark Swarm. The Lurkers burrowing in. This Archon Splash, though, pretty good. Defiler trying to get out of there. Into the second Dark Swarm. The too many Storms. The Dark Swarms are not as effective as they should be here with the Archon Splash. And the Storms yet. some units are still alive here, and Shuttle is retreating from that position. Shuttle's up 145 to 135 supply. More Hydras, more Lings coming down. 12 Hydras in production here. The macro production of our player hero has been so good. I thought I saw a queen for a minute. I was sure I saw a queen for a minute here. All right, Defiler says we can take care of this third while mounting an attack on the fourth at the same time. Can he make this work is the question. Lings versus cannons and zealots, pretty good when they're under Dark Swarm. Well, the cannons can't help anyway. Range attack shuts down, but the zealots do just fine. Yeah, cannon, zealots, good. So he holds it. It was a pretty scary multi-pronged attack on two fronts there, but Shuttle, what a boss. What an absolute boss making that happen. Drone, I think, was up here to take a fourth base, or a fifth base rather, but gets singled out and targeted down and killed. So it's 171 to 123 supply. After those two failed attacks from Hero, Shuttle is in a great position. He really is. Does he want to engage here is the question. Not really. He will bait the Zerg into some storms if they don't mind running through them, though. And they don't. And they absolutely 100% do not. All right, Shuttle, what we got here? Ah, the Plague Ooh on the units. Archons absorbed a lot of that, though, which is good for Shuttle because they can be taken down to 1 hit point out of the 10 that they normally have, and the shields are left unaffected. So if you can take a Plague on your Archons, do it. Everything else, it's real bad to get plagued on. Again, just dancing back and forth across this parallel. Is he engaging here? Sort of. Another great storm, though. Jeez. Another amazing storm. Too many lurkers. Consume. And another plague on the Protoss army, catching a few of these Dragoons. Pushing up with his Hydra hit squad. With their +2/+2. Pretty scary stuff on the other side of things. Dragoons are +3/+1. So they're not easy targets by any stretch of their imagination. Yeah, both players just kind of dancing along this this parallel. Is that what it is? No, because parallel is... Well, I think it can be a parallel. Along this parallel, right down the middle of Fighting Spirit, nobody's really engaged on the other side for a while, with the exception of Hero's attempts to take out the third and the fourth bases of Shuttle simultaneously. But this is Shuttle feeling a little bit confident, feeling really confident, finding small groups of Hydras and Lings in the middle of nowhere, killing them, storming, trying to kill the units before they get into the Dark Swarm here. Any storms available, trying to get Zealots inside the Dark Swarm, trying to get the Archon inside the Dark Swarm here. Two units not in the Dark Swarm should be targeted by the Dragoons right now. This is actually looking fantastic. 180 to 96 supply. Shuttle is crushing right now. Going to go down to this bottom left-hand corner where there are two expansions for Hero, but I think he's going to lose them. There is no saving that at all. 40 damage per shot splash on these Archons. Raw. Zealots in production. We got Lings. We got a couple Lurkers. This is the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. Shuttle was patient. Shuttle won a bunch of engagements. And it looks like Shuttle is going to be your winner here. A bit of a base race attempt, I think, from Hero heading up to the right side of the map here. But there are cannons, there are Zealots. I think there's enough to shove this away. So both the 5th and the 6th bases of Hero are toast. The coast is toast. And he's going for it. He looks like he's setting up to do it. I don't know, man. There's the Dark Swarm. Good positioning here. Is that Lurker actually covered by the Dark Swarm? No. As it dies, it is not. Plague on the cannons. Storm up here as well. Defiler trying to assist with this thing. Lurker burrowing under the Dark Swarm very nicely. This base is going to die. But if Hero is trying to get back into the game, killing a base is what you want to do, but you can't engage with this entire army is the problem. Coming up from the backside. Zealots on top of your Lurkers. They have the army. They have the attack. Archons here too. Very, very nicely done to take down the Nexus. Absolutely not enough to take down the Nexus. It lives. That's a huge victory for Shuttle. 178 to 79 supply. Zerglings running down, trying to keep the Protoss army away from their base by attacking his base, which is not working out. This Archon ends up with 7 kills. Lings getting all upon here. This Archon going to end up with a whole ton of kills too. Oh, they try to pick off the Nexus. Nope. 21 kills on that Archon. 172 to 70 supply. Hero is playing this a little bit desperately. He just doesn't have enough. He does not have enough. Yes, I understand you want to kill that Nexus, but you're not going to do it. There's Archons all over the place. And there is your good game. Hero has tapped out, and Shuttle is your victor in 29 minutes and 55 seconds. What a match. What a match, what a match. So a lot of defense, a lot of defensive plays here from Shuttle for most of the game, just keeping his bases alive, taking his bases a little bit later than I think he wanted to, winning a big engagement here on this bridge. It did shut down these expansions of Hero in the bottom left, which was massive for him. But otherwise, didn't do a whole lot other than one Zealot attack towards the third and the natural bases of Hero. So really, defend, 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 get those upgrades, get the unit composition that you want, Storms, Archons, Zealots, Dragoons, and then just be patient. Storm the stuff that's been Dark Swarmed, Archon, all the things, Zealots in the Dark Swarm there too, and Dragoons against any flying units and stuff that's not covered in Dark Swarm. Done. That's the recipe. So let's check out the final score here. I do like to look at this. Yep, units produced 700 to 300. What a huge advantage for Hero. But killed only 200 by Hero and 594 by Shuttle. That tells you a lot there. And then resources here too, favoring Hero, but you can win a game where you're not favored economically just by having a units tab that looks like this. So good job by Shuttle. It wasn't looking good there for a minute. I felt like he was in trouble. That Muta Harass was actually very good. Very, very good. But at the same time, wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to slow down the Shuttle. And our yellow Protoss gets the win today. Hooray! Good job by you. All right, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.